Okay, now it should show up. And now it's running. Okay, now. Alright, let's try this. No, actually, before I do that, I'm gonna mute my output.
Getting freaky on a Friday night yet.
A one hand and dribble the skin.
Three, two, one, go!
Alright, so apparently it's looking pretty good. Not gonna lie. Very smooth. Now, we can definitely see how this turns out. Where we gotta do a bird stream as I go. But you're gonna finish your song at least. Okay. CPU fan sounding like an airplane. All right, awesome.
Get out the way, get out the way, get out the
Okay, I
way.
need to,
Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way.
I need to start
Better
figuring
pick
out
up
how
that
my
jaw, all my
voice
enemies
sounds
getting
on the stream, so I need to say a couple
Get out
random
the way,
things
get out the way.
as I go. Say a bunch of random things before I mute the output. Say a bunch of things before I mute the output. Okay, and now I'm gonna test it again. This is the output. The output probably sounds like poo-poo. Output probably sounds like poo-poo. Okay, so it's better than I thought. Well, I'm definitely gonna go for that. Now, let's see. What else is it gonna try to do?
Get out the way. Get out.
So, that functions awfully smoothly. Alright, let's try something a bit harder. Now, can I share the link? Alright, before I do anything else, I need to find my charger. So my phone doesn't die while I monitor. Yeah, I should have had all the stuff set up before I even started. But that is a-okay. A lot of shit happened nearby. I didn't sit here and like... Oh, it's probably underneath my nose. I'm like... Underneath my monitor. I definitely need some new glasses. Okay, let's see. Crap, now I just undropped my phone again. Why art thou accident prone? Okay, let's see. Well, honestly, it's running smoother than I thought it was gonna be. So, that's definitely good in my opinion. Now let's say test something different. Uh, do I have any programs I could pull up that wouldn't be copyrighted and something that wouldn't up and give away sensitive information? You know what? Might as well Blender. See how that looks on stream. Okay, just do general. Okay, so if I'm correct, it's Alt. No, it's E. I haven't done this in years. Okay, I don't want to do shading or anything like that. I'm trying to find out how to move the camera. Because this, we're just moving the... No, I don't want to move the item. Don't want to lasso anything. I want to find out how to move the camera. Because the default settings for it is that you use the... No, that's to start playback. I don't want to start playback. So is it control? No, that's just moving the whole thing. That's moving the window. So don't hold Alt. That would be... New camera. But the camera's right here. But I can't select it. Okay, so that's select. So I got my camera. Here's my... It keeps here, but like, I can't figure this out. Because if I go to... Oh, great. Did it crash? Oh no. Oh no, it crashed. Oh, that's great. It crashed. Okay, let's see. Crap, how do I get to the terminal? Not the terminal, the... Crap. Yeah, it crashed. 1000%. Yeah, my thing sounds like an airplane again. How do I... How do I find it? Like, I swear I was able to find it before. Because, okay, so I'm not trying to pull up, not Firefox. I'm trying to pull up something like the terminal. Dang it. The terminal's here. But that's for, like, you know, adjusting things by getting applications directly through the terminal, like by using sudo app and then enable the app and so on. And then I see that. Oh, wow. Okay, let's see. Create folder, create launcher, open terminal. No, that's still not it. Now, would it be system tools, system monitor? Oh, there we go. Let's see. So here's Blender. So I should be able to stop process right now. Yes. Now my CPU fan's starting to slow down, but it still didn't stop my thing. Yes. Okay, there we go. That solved that. But I still don't understand this. Because, like, every time I learn something new about my Linux Mint installation, I get new hurdles. Which, honestly, it's not coherently too bad. Ow, my feet are getting numb from how I'm sitting. Okay, so, of course, running with an i5. Oh, 7400. I got that all backwards. I thought I had 8400. But if we're running with a little cheap little i5 from 2017 and Intel 630 graphics, and it says 7.7 gigs of RAM, but I actually have 8 gigs. So part of that's being, you know, took up by what do we call it? Memory swap history. Oh, that's like my disk space. So but honestly, it's definitely really utilizing a lot of my CPU. Way higher than I want it to be. Now, it could be because the fact that I am using, what you call it? If I go back to my settings and adjust my mic so it's good at filters, it's probably because I'm using the really good noise suppression. So I gotta set it to speed X, which honestly, I don't believe I feel a difference. I don't really think so. So I'll probably turn off. Oh, there's static. And turn it on. So let's try taking it down to 29 decibels. No, I'm gonna keep it at 0. Because that definitely works better. But either way, the RN noise, the RN noise suppression is pretty good. But the problem is that I don't have the stuff to run it. Now let's see. Oh, there we go. Now it's picking up the washer. But it's starting to definitely preferences. Processes. Divide CPU usage by CPU count. Okay, so I'm trying to remember. Okay, isn't this one like a 4-core CPU? If I'm correct, because you got 4 different things showed on the thing, but also the problem is that I'm getting close up to 80% usage. Is almost the highest I'm actually getting to, which is not really good. Which I think that should be pretty alright, I guess. As long as I don't do nothing too crazy. Now, the problem is that I don't know how to, adjust, stuff to make it that I have less CPU usage. Because I think the thing that probably is causing a big issue is the fact that I have all of this running at literally 60 FPS on this. So I'm not getting dropped frames is what it says. Now I believe that's the internet right here where it's like kilobits per second. Or is that like the video encoder? Honestly, I don't really know. Okay, so I'm gonna stop the stream real quick, check what I can do to reduce that, and see if I can just run it in, I'm thinking 30 FPS, and that would... Alright, so now we changed it up a little bit. Let's see. Hey, my CPU's down to 20% this time. That's groovy. Okay, now... Oh, okay. That's cool. So... it's still showing for the same exact instance of the stream that I'd done before, because it's using the same stream link, I believe. I don't really know much about that, but let's go ahead and, get into this and start testing some more. So I'm gonna mute my sound so I can load up the stream on my phone and see how the audio does for playing Friday Night Funkin'.
Getting freaky on a Friday night yet.
Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way.
Okay, so it's a lot smoother than I thought it was gonna be. But yet, I still have a couple issues with this. Automatic scene switcher. Because the problem I got is the fact that how do I make my whole experience with making everything, work smoother with this? Because apparently, if I'm running my audio mixer right here, now we're gonna go back to filters, and this time we're gonna turn my noise suppression back on to the one I had before. Now, our CPU is back up to 27%, but yet that's better than what we had it before, because it was way higher when I was using. Let's see, does it still show my settings? Oh, okay, cool. So, I'm not going to try to show anything that I shouldn't show, so I don't get people to steal my identity. But if we go straight to audio. Now, one of the things I don't understand is, does this sample rate really matter? Because, like, I have it set to the highest sample rate I can get it. But then right here, if I set it on true peak, this causes it to do a bunch of problems. But yet, once you already got, like, let's say your, mic's set up already, pretty juicy, and then you can even, like, use the built-in adjuster on your Windows or Linux distribution, and then that's it. And I definitely want to find a good bind for my mute. But on the other hand, the question is, does decay rate for my meter, does this affect my CPU usage at all? And then right here, when it comes to my sample rate, does the higher the quality sample rate make a difference too? Second most, I am trying to run it in a native 720, because the problem is that my monitor is not 1080, right? And I'm trying to think. Okay, as long as I don't go to the stream tab, we're good. Automatically reconnect. But on the other hand, like, when it comes to my video output, this is what people say to be the best, color setting switch. If it's the best and I can get it closest to being realistic, I'm going for it. But on the other hand, the stream delay. Estimated memory usage speaking megabytes. Serve cutoff point, increase delay. Oh, okay. So the stream delay would allow people to censor, curse words in the middle of, like, their stream, or edit, if they have an editor set to the side to work on their stuff. Now, what's the automatically reconnect? You know? But then I know, like, we got like the hotkeys to set it up to adjust all my audio and everything, which I could map these to my Razer Huntsman Mini or another thing. But honestly, I don't really know. I think my next thing I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to reduce the frame rate from 30 to I think 24, which 30 is smooth, but then 24 is cinematic, they say. So let's see how that makes my CPU usage go. Okay, now it's set at 24 frames. Now let's go back to File, Settings, Output. It'll be back to Video. 24 frames right here. Now it's not a stable 24 frames, it says, because it's like 2398. But I still got way lower CPU usage than I had before, about upwards to 22. So let's test as we go. I gotta look at the stream on my phone after I play it.
Three, two, one, go!
There's still some stutters and stuff. I can feel that in the gameplay at least, but I haven't looked at the stream yet.
Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way. Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way. You know.
The stream looks awfully smooth on my phone. I gotta give it that. Okay, so this is definitely gonna work well, but the other thing I don't seem to understand is that, like, since, okay, now, now, okay, now that's something that I can't really think about. Okay, so since I'm just doing a, you know, juicy test, there's no good reason for me to save the stream after it's done. Because it's just a test. But honestly, I'm still getting decent CPU usage. But the question I got is like, how can I minimize more of the stuff for my OBS? Because first things first, I don't even use different scenes at all. Because the scene is what's already on the screen. If I'm correct. So if I open scene projector. Oh! Ah! Okay. So, yeah. That is exactly what it is. Okay, so... Okay, now how do I make that not go crazy? Now, let's test it again. Since they're already watching it in there, might as well test it. Okay, I'm feeling, let's say...
A one hand and two hand.
Now this one's harder to run, so let's go for this one. Now just stutter so I can feel it. Okay, now there's a lot of stutters in that, so don't play that one. Okay, let's see. What if we do?
Three, two, one, game!
Right, so that works better. Wait a minute. I can hide my OBS just in the on the bar. I didn't remember that. Okay. Now let's see. Where's it at? There we go. Well, hey, it's about between 40 and 20% CPU usage. So it's not going over that. Now let's see. Now if I take my OBS off that system tray. Oh my goodness. Holy crap. That's closer to 60% and it dips down to about 30-ish. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to do that. Okay, so let's try this. So we're gonna Then we're gonna run it in 60 and see what that does. Now my CPU is at 38. We're gonna close OBS Studio. Closest to 75 or 78. Okay, so do not run it in. Okay, so this is in 30 FPS. About 25 to 19 CPU percentage. Now, since I closed my OBS, now let's see. Yeah, it seems to be smoother. About close to 40. As long as it doesn't get over 60 on its own, it should be fine. Okay. Now, let's see how smooth this is now.
Three, two, one, go!
Okay, so that is definitely worth running it like that. Let's go back to filters. Now I'm gonna just put it back to the low quality filter instead. Now that should reduce my CPU usage by a lot. So system. No, that's terminal. I don't want to pull the terminal. Back to system monitor. Alright, so OBS on the bar, reducing my thing so I don't have the highest quality, what you call it. We're still getting upwards of decently over 40% CPU usage. But that's not too bad. So let's say Oh, that's poopy. I can't... Okay, so I can't have the game run and have this pulled up at the same time. Now, let's see. Close my new tab. Recommendation? No, I don't want a recommendation. Now, how do I remove the scene transition? I should be able to put this... No, that's not gonna work. Oh, what the... But there has to be a way for me to make it that I can make my preview easier to see and have to remove the... Let's see. Source toolbar. Scenes. Oh, okay, there we go. Now that gets rid of scene transitions. Now we're gonna get rid of... Get rid of scenes. That means I can then... I want to make the scene smaller. Whoa. Holy crap, that works a lot better. Now I can make this smaller. No, I can't. Okay. What did I just do? Yes, please fix that. Okay, because I... Okay, so we're gonna remove scenes, scene transitions. Oh, no, I don't want that. Do not want that. No, I want to move this over to this side with this one. Okay, I would prefer these both to be kind of... crap. No. Okay, now that should probably do better. So I don't have a bunch of stuff on here.